Hello, everybody. Welcome to Seven Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. So today, I'm gonna ask simple question: will my corn make it? The corn I'm growing in the garden, is it gonna make it this year? I don't know, but let's go and let me show you what I'm talking about. So over here, I start over here. You can see the corn. If you saw my video last time that I put about my corn, I told you that most of the corn were going up like um, 12 feet or so, and we had a little bit of wind, and some of them fell down. These ones I didn't bring them back up. I just left them there like that, just to see. Hopefully they'll survive. But we are getting closer to the end of the season here. As you can see, some of the leaves are turning yellow already. We're getting a little bit, even though yesterday and today temperature has been like 70s, but the temperature has been dropping. So you can see the corn, most of the corns that are still up, but we have maybe 2 weeks or so before we start getting cold temperatures. I just checked the weather forecast and it's showing that's maybe like in a week it's gonna drop to like 43 at night and then maybe go back up. So I don't know if it's gonna make it, but I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that we don't have any windstorm. We don't have any serious this thing that's gonna bring it down. But let me bring you guys closer. You can see the corn. Some of them look like they're gonna be ready like in a week, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be strong enough inside. Some of them are still way far away from getting ready. You can see this right here. And when I'm saying right now, I would say they are like 13 feet, close to 13 feet, if not. Let me turn it and I'll show you. I'm standing up right here. You can see I'm standing up. You can see the corn right up there. So it's like 3 times my height. So I would say it's about 13, close to 13 feet. So on all of them are like that. So my question on the last video was, I don't know what's going on. I think it's just maybe too much nutrients for the corn in this garden, because the same corn was planted somewhere else, and it didn't go up this high where it was planted. But whenever I plant corn in in my backyard over here, any variety that I plant, it goes up like 12, 13 feet up in the air, and sometimes it doesn't make it because the cold temperature comes and kills it. So I'm hoping that this here, we might be able to harvest some of it, because we have maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before we get some serious cold weather that might kill it. So crossing fingers, and hopefully we're able to get something out of it. But it is it's getting to that time at the end of the year. You can see we have pumpkins. The pumpkins are still doing okay. The weather is good so far, but very soon at night the temperature is going to start dropping to maybe below 50s, and so it's not going to be very good for the plants that are growing in the. So, but the pumpkins and the other stuff are still going okay. But the corn, I don't think, like you can see this one and the other ones that are like 12 or 13 feet. This one is still very tiny. I don't think it's gonna make it. But crossing my fingers, see how cold the temperature comes this year, how soon it comes, and how cold it comes. Will determine if we're going to be able to harvest the corn or not. The rest of the garden, we still have a few things that we can still harvest from the garden. We're trying to grab whatever we can right now. So hopefully, with the season winding to an end, we're going to be able to try to get as much as we can from the garden, then start thinking about next year. But so far, this year we had quite a few things from the garden, and we've been able to save some vegetables and some other stuff. But our season up here in New England is short, so we try to make use of it as much as possible. That's why I try to grow in the greenhouse, so that way at least extend the growing season a little bit by a month or two. So we have a few things in the greenhouse that are still okay, still doing well, but these ones over here, the main thing that we're not going to be able to harvest much, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to harvest some, is the corn. And so you can see some of them, we had some windstorm, and some of them, these ones fell down, and I didn't bring them back up because trying to lift them up, they might break. So I was just hoping that maybe they'll continue growing there, and we might be able to get something from it. But the rest of the corn is just growing. So maybe next week, these big ones that I have here, the big ones that I have down over here, I'll show you. I'll see what we can, maybe we can harvest that and check it. But the rest of the corn is, I don't know if some of them haven't even produced. Look at this one right here. This one is, I'll say, about 13 feet in the air, but nothing has come out yet. It hasn't produced anything. This one on the side, same thing, has just started producing right now. You can see over here, it just started producing. And this one on the side produced, but it's still very long way from getting ready. So that's the problem I've had with growing corn in my backyard. The corn just keeps going up and up. You can see the tree that I have here, and you can see where the corn is on the tree. It's getting towards the same height as a tree. So, and it's still not producing the corn. So if anybody knows anything, knows maybe why the corn is just going up, like I said, I've tried like 10 different varieties of corn for like 4 or 5 different years, and every time I plant it, and I try to plant it very early, but it's still get the same result. The corn just keeps shooting up. And so the only one that I've seen, or the ones that I've seen that might be ready to maybe harvest like in a week or two, is this one right here. These two right here look like, you can see, it looks like might be close to getting ready harvesting. Hopefully I'll just wait and give it a week and see if I can harvest it, check it next week, open it up next week, and so hopefully we'll get some from this line over here. This line right here, we have at least quite a few that we might be able to get some corn from it, but the rest of them are still far away from getting ready, and we have winter approaching very, very fast. So also one of the things that I talked about last time was growing spinach, African spinach or green. This is what happens, and it produces a lot of seeds like this, and next year it's just gonna spread the whole place. Unfortunately, this year I didn't take it out. I didn't remove it out once it started producing flowers. So I know next year this area is gonna be covered with the green or African spinach. So that's something that we failed to do this year, which we're a little bit tied up and we didn't take it out soon enough. So hopefully we'll be able to get that taken care of. The anchia and the other stuff in the garden, they're doing okay. But right now the ones over here that are being covered by the corn didn't do very well. Because the corn overshadowed everything and covered everything, but the sweet bitter leaf or the pecan that are on these other beds are doing fine. We harvested quite a few over there. Garden egg, they came out. We've harvested quite a few. The only problem we had at the beginning was that we had some insects that were biting into it. You can see the holes right there. Insect bite into it, and you have some worms and some stuff. So next year I'm going to try to make sure that I spray it at least a couple of times when it starts producing, so that way at least it prevents the insects from biting it and putting some worms and stuff in there. So tomatoes, we're done with tomatoes. We harvested all the tomatoes, and most of the leaves have died down. So that is it for tomatoes. Peppers, we still have some peppers over here, and some of them have died down, but some of them are still producing. We just still have to harvest some of them. You can see the leaves. See the leaves turning like this is The cold weather at night, when we have a little bit of cold temperature at night, the leaves would die down. So the peppers are already going, but they did produce quite a lot. We did harvest quite a lot of peppers. These ones are the last ones that came out, and they are very tiny. But we did harvest a lot of peppers in this 5-gallon containers that we have over here. If anybody has any questions, comments, please leave them below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Thanks for watching the video. Over here, the fabric raised bed, it was really good this year. You can see the fabric raised bed compared to the other beds over here. You see weeds have taken over this one over here. We did get rid of some weeds at the beginning, but towards the end we were busy. We were not able to stay on top of it, and it took over. This one over here, we did some grass clippings on it, and it prevented it a little bit, but some of them have started coming out. And over here we have the the fabric raised bed. Really good, produce a lot of vegetable for us, and I think it's something that's if I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If I find it on sale, the cheaper price, I might be able to get a couple of them or find a different one. But thanks for watching. Somebody just made a comment from Germany. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I was trying to look at something, I didn't see that, but thank you for the comments. So these ones over here, they're doing really good. So if you're thinking of getting raised beds, I know at the beginning some people were saying that it dries out fast. Yes, it dries out fast, but if you have a sprinkler close by, it's really good, and it helps you prevent a lot of insects and other diseases from easily getting into your vegetables and stuff. Okay, I think that is it for today. If anybody has any questions, please leave the questions below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out, and hit the bell icon so that next time I come online, you're able to follow and be able to watch. And have a great day, everybody. Enjoy, and happy growing, everybody. Thanks, last wife, for Park Columbia. Bye, everybody.